Hi there guys, Rick here. Hope you're all doing extremely well out there. I know I am. Today I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about something that has kind of bugged me for a long time, and it's to do with left hand positioning. Should I be using one left hand positioning for all of my playing or not? Should I use something that's consistent or not? It's taken me a while throughout all the years that I've been playing. This year is like 27 years in February, actually. 27 years, goddamn. Time flies. But for a long period of time I was wondering, whether I should use one consistent left-hand position. But where I am right now is I kind of chop and change between two specific things, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I do. It's dependent on what it is that I'm playing, which technique that I'm employing at that any given time. Because I spent a period of time where I stuck with one thing for a long time and just thought, this isn't quite working, I'm going to have to change it. And that's generally the nature of who we are as guitar players. We evolve over time, we change. So what you may be doing right now, in 5 years' time, that may change, and it's important to sort of try lots of different things. Anyway, I'm digressing as usual. So there are two basic things that I try and keep in mind when I'm playing, because a lot of the time these days I'm much more of a legato kind of player. I mix techniques generally, hybrid picking, economy picking and legato basically. And for quite some time I'd been practicing this position here where you keep your thumb relatively sort of central on the neck, and it enables you. For me, it's really helped my technique. Especially for playing legato. The only problem is when it comes to string bends and vibrato, it's quite challenging to do. Because it just doesn't. You don't have. For me, I don't have the right purchase on the string in order to be able to have the control that I want when I play. This is generally to do with the way that I approach things. That I'm not saying that it's going to work for you, but because everybody's different. If you look at somebody like Chris Poland, absolutely incredible player, because of that injury he's got with, which finger is it? Can't remember which finger, but it's an injury that he's got. He has to adopt this position, and he just seems to be able to control his intonation and his string bending just, for days. It's incredible. So for some people it may work, but the conclusion I've come to at this point in time is that I switch between two, especially when I'm playing legato. But when I want to add those bends in, I want to use this part of the finger here and use it as kind of a fulcrum, a point with which I can manipulate the left hand position. Kind of it's a nice counterbalance to any string bending or vibrato that I do, and I seem to have a lot more control over it when I apply this part of the finger here, the index finger, to the base of the neck. It's so much more controlled, because you've got that, like I say, it's a fulcrum point that allows you to sort of counterbalance the how you manipulate the string, and that's kind of the way that it's worked for me. So what I'm saying is I like to switch between the two, but it's a very subtle thing. So here I'm not actually doing it at all. So as soon as I went into that slide there, I've adopted the position that I need if I want to do string bends or wide vibrato. So that's generally how I use left-hand positioning. And what I'm ultimately trying to say here is I don't think there's one golden rule that's going to be applicable, because, as I say, we evolve as players, we change as players, and it's important to try lots of different things out and see what works for you. But where I am right now is that I'm when I play, that's kind of what I do. I adopt two general positions for the left hand, and it's kind of the same for whether I'm playing chords or whether I'm playing single note lines. That's kind of how my playing has evolved. So anyway, it's worth thinking about, you know, because these things can really, really affect how you play, you know. So that is my approach. I hope you've learned something from it. I hope it's been something that's been a little bit thought-provoking that you can think about, and I hope you can benefit from it. So anyway, I will leave you guys to it, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video. Cheers.